Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we made a portal to the Outer Dimension, but unfortunately we can't quite use it. So basically we need to spawn in a bunch of portals until we get one that has Crimson Cultists. And once we have that, then things will be a lot better, but until then, yeah, we just gotta kind of still wait. Most of the quest book currently is locked off by the Eldritch Dimension, but we do still have some things to do. So we only have a couple more quests in this book, but in this section, animation and upgrade your clone, which both of which I believe require a Eldritch Primordial Pearl. Now, as for Mystical Blood, we still have to get the Eldritch Blood Orb, but we also need to do the Blood Cleanser, which requires a bunch of, a bunch of the corruption. So if we look at the Blood Cleanser, we need ore lumps, and they require minimum corruption of 20. I believe all of them do, which is a pain because that means we have to do the ritual, the ritual of whatever this one's called. It's basically the Well of Suffering, but it happens immediately instead of gradually. We have to basically do that 20 times, and that just takes forever. I've upgraded my runes a little bit, but I haven't done too much with this, to be honest. However, I have been working on bees. So bees is something that we can do a little bit more work with, as we've already gotten. So if we take a look at the quest, we've gotten everything except for the destabilized drops, amnesiac wax, and the unusual pollen. Well, ow. Oh. You guys didn't all get bread. We'll throw you in here, and we'll just do this to both of these guys and hope for the best. But yeah, I have the amnesiac wax, so we can submit that and be done with it. I'm fairly close to the destabilized drops, but not quite. We'll get there, but we'll let this kind of go. Made some hateful drones. You know what, we can take Eldritch. I have plenty of Eldritch princesses because I can make them very easily. And what we can do is find a, not spiteful, what is it called? Infernal. I have some extra infernals. In fact, there's one right there that I was saving for these guys. And let's hope that these guys will do their thing correctly. But there is another hateful. And this guy we will breed out the effect because I don't want it to hurt us. And we'll throw him into one of these guys without an automation. And hope for the best. I think we might need another Hell emulator, but if that's the case, I mean, we might be able to make one. So we've lost power again. So this is a problem I've been having here lately, because basically we're not making enough power to deal with, we're not making enough epic bacon over here. And the issue with this is not so much that we don't have access to it, it's these guys. These guys are slowing me down once again. So what are we missing? Green? Yep, completely out of green. So I've been temporarily fixing that. I think we're going to fix that today, as well as we're going to start automating some Alchemite, I believe. So we need green, mystical, and... No. Oh no. Uh-oh. This is the problem. So, I wish I knew what was sucking up so much power from all of my stuff, but the problem I'm running into is that, well, that gives me enough power briefly to activate my system. It doesn't quite do too much more. We have a couple pieces of epic bacon, but we need the mortar and pestle more than anything. And just get a bunch of green. And I think what we're going to end up doing is, if we can get this to stabilize even just a little bit, then what we can do is, instead of using all of these, we'll just make a whole bunch of cyclic assemblers, set them all up, and call it a day. So the other thing is we can probably come over here and steal this guy, because he's not doing anything. And don't want to lose that, but what we can do is just bring him over here and hook him up. And let's just make sure that it is, in fact, day. Yeah, because our system's gone offline yet again, which is not good because, let's see, the Tesseract, those all go to the Tesseract, which comes over here and pipes things into this guy. But he doesn't have anything. So hopefully it's working, at least for the time. And let's go ahead and get into that. So we need some cyclic assemblers. Cyclic assemblers. You know, it'd probably be smart to teach the system how to make those. Or not. Machine frames. We can go ahead and craft. We're going to need 7 of these. We're also going to need some chests. Let's see, what all do we have? Basically nothing. Why did I make those? Cancel. Okay, so we have the 7 machine frames that we need. Put those down. We need to grab gears. We need 14, 10 gears, and 14 copper gears, which we've never taught the system how to make. Alright, so let's just get 4 copper. And it is a processing pattern. And we'll come down here to our little smeltery setup. And I guess just make half a stack's worth and we'll be good. So pretty much what we need to do is just get as much of this stuff as we can. We're going to need 7 chests, which we can handle. That's pretty easy. And then we'll have to do a lot of finagling down by the farm just to make sure everything works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those, and all we need is the copper gears. And once we have one of those, we'll teach the system how to make it, make sure we have enough. But it is going to take a little bit of time. Hopefully things don't mess up. Shouldn't. But so long as this gets the right number of things, it should not matter. So that should be done with at least the first copper gear. There we go. Teach that in the system. Move this down to here. And we need to make 14. I put half a stack in, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So make 6 more, and we'll be good. So once that's done, we'll get back to that. Anyways, back to the bees real quick. So we just need one of these guys. Yeah, it's too hostile with the temperature, so we do need the hell emulation. Let's go ahead and get that guy. What are we missing? We're missing an environmental processor, easy enough, and bronze gears, plus one of these guys, which I think I've taught the system how to make. We're missing 10. Really? Yeah, no. So the climate thing needs to change how it's made. Or no, it's the bronze, I would bet. Let's see. Can do that, and that should be fine now. So we have a little bit of tin, not very much, but what we can do is the climate control. We need one of these, and then we'll get everything else soon enough. So cyclic assemblers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And why is it saying it's done with the copper? Oh, because they are processing. So this will take a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. We just gotta wait. So yeah, the main plan for today, other than fixing this little problem, is to start working on. We need 4 of these. We're gonna start working on automating the Alchemite. So that is something we got access to last episode. We did enough thaumaturgy, namely getting the Eldritch Dimension, to unlock for the hoarding quest of Alchemite. So we need 1,000 of this stuff. Now, Alchemite itself is not that difficult to make. It is just TNT with some Potentia, Permutatio, and Vitreous. However, we need to kind of make sure that the system has enough of all that stuff in order to kind of work. So what we're going to do, so I've gotten a bunch of stuff kind of processed down below. We have 50 Permutatio, a bunch of Potentia, and a good bit of Vitreous. So nothing too terrible there, but the issue is we need to, there we go, there's that, and we can just plug this in. He'll work for a little bit, and I don't want him to be automated because I want to get drones from this. We're going to get a queen from this, and then we're going to make the next bee. But yeah, so with the Alchemite, I don't want to necessarily just do it all by hand. I want to have a little bit of more automation, a little bit more control. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a system to handle that and go from there. So we have 7 of these. We're going to need mortar and pestle, or is it pestle and mortar? Whatever. Same difference. So 1, 2... Actually, don't these already have... Oh, man. I don't actually know. So do these already have... Yes, they do. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to need more servos. And that's getting lava, so we don't need the Tesseract anymore, because this is just, yeah, that is set to lava. And then I believe these guys are getting stuff from underneath. So let's just remove this and pick up this guy. And break these guys. Come back for all that stuff in a moment. Actually, we can just drop off what we don't need right here. So those things are useless to us. So what we need to do is set up a bit of an automation system, which will then pump into this guy. So let's just bring it over here since we have basically more stuff. And we'll set up 7 of these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what we can do is we'll just basically kind of do this from underneath. And each one of these is going to need a schematic and a mortar and pestle. So we're going to have to handle all of these. But should not be too bad. Okay. So I forgot about the schematics, but that's not too much of a problem. We can get rid of that. And see, item ducts right here. And I believe we can disconnect that. Perfect. So how are we gonna do this? So 1, 2, we're gonna need more item ducts, definitely. We're also going to need more. What kind of energy ducts are down there, or flux ducts are down here? Let's see. I believe it's just harden. Yep. So we need some more harden. That's fine. That'll work just fine. And then we need some schematics. So let's get rid of that. We don't need the tesseract. We don't need the crafting tables. Filters. We're gonna need a good bit of filters. Let's just use normal filters. And this should not be too bad. So we need 7 of these. We need servos times 7. So just 1 more of those. We're going to need a good bit of item ducts. We're missing 10 again. And I'm not entirely sure why the 10 changed, but it did. So we just search item ducts. We can find that pretty easily. And then we look up 10. There we go. Just throw that back in there somewhere. And item ducts. Can't make 100. We don't have enough 10. Let's make 50. That should be more than enough. And then we're going to need hardened flux ducts. We have 14. That might actually be enough. So, what we can do, this is going to be the problem. So we need to set up, I guess let's just do this from right here. And hardened flux ducts on the back. We'll grab the schematics later. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So we need a little bit more of the hardened flux ducts. That's fine. So let's just get that. Hardened flux ducts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be good enough. And then while we're here, we have 8 schematics. We need 7. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up power on the back. Like so. And these machines should all get power. Perfect. Next, we're going to want to item ducts the bottom and the tops. Now, what we can do, let's set this up first. So we're going to want filters on all the top ones. and servos on the bottom. And here's the glory of it. Because this can only accept certain items, we can make sure this works. This will work a little bit better, since there is a little bit more of a backstock with the cyclic assemblers. They are also a lot faster. So we're just going to do rainbow colors. So red, and these are whitelist, orange, yellow, green, why do I not have blue? Well, we can go get blue. I have no idea why blue wasn't in there, but it's fine. Oh, it was. Never mind. Just didn't see it. Whitelist blue, magenta, purple. So that should be fine. And then what we can do is schematic. You get a schematic. We're going to set you red, mortar and pestle, and basically same thing here. Yellow, and so on. So this is a little tedious, but it's not that bad. And what's going to happen is basically we're going to be able to just produce as much of this floral powder as we ever will need. And there should be no issues whatsoever. Hopefully. And then purple. And that should be everything we need. So all we have to do now is just item duct this up. I'll go get some filters and stuff. And why are you not extracting? You should extract. Oh, I've got to set up that as well. Right, so top gets that and bottom gets output. So this is the other part that I kind of forgot. We got to just configure it. But that's easy enough. And now we can go through. That's orange, yellow, green, blue, magenta, purple. So that should help with all of this. Now, this guy is going to go pretty slow, relatively, because of all the sludge. We could fix that pretty simply, just by putting a trash can, and I think we will. So yeah, making a trash can is not that difficult. We also need a bunch of stone covers. So do we have all that stuff? Stone. We have one. So we need some more structure ducts. Which is fine. Cool. So we can get rid of all this. The sludge drum can go in there. We're going to need a trash can, which are not too difficult to make. We just need a chest. And then once we have that, we get a bucket and we get a flue trash can. So this will drain all the sludge and just void it. Which we don't need it anyways, which will make this machine go a little bit faster. It does slow down because of the sludge, what we can do is just this. Make this look all nice and neat. And then we just need a little bit more stone bricks and we can finish this up. So with that taken care of, what we can do now is start working on the Alchemite automation. And this is it's a fairly simple trick, and I'll set it up for at least one of these guys. We'll see how much materials and whatnot we have, but hopefully that will make plenty of what we need. And let's get some petals. And what we can do, luckily, here's the thing. Do I have... I don't know that I have a vacuum on that, but I do have dents on there. So they will try to go to the other place first. And we should see these machines start activating relatively soon. There we go. And that should help this guy as well. But yeah, so what we need to do is we need to automate. Okay, they are not going over there very quickly. Do we have any impulse item ducts? Let's see, item ducts. We have like 5. Let's go ahead. 5 is better than none. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it go a little bit faster. So hopefully that works in my favor, and everything will be good. So what we're going to work on is Alchemite. What we need to do for this is we need to set up a little bit of automation for not really we already have the alchemy part. This stuff is easy enough to do and whatnot, but this guy is not so simple. So we have a good number of channels. Nothing's really wrong there. We just need to get a little bit more in terms of, well, we need better alchemical furnaces. So what we can do is let's get, well, first of all, we can go ahead and remove that guy. Where'd he go? And we can actually take this guy off as well. And all the bellows, they can stay. That's fine. I don't really care too much about that. But we need some more alchemical. Let's see. What are they called? The alchemical furnaces? Yes, we need more of these. Which is not too bad to do. So we need arcane stone blocks. We're gonna need furnaces. So we're gonna get 3 of these. So are we seriously out of cobblestone? No. Okay. So we're gonna need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 is gonna be enough for now. And then we're also going to need some cauldrons. So we need iron. 1, 2, 3. And this part is easy enough. We just have to set these guys down, smack them with our wands, and pick up the products. And then we are going to need some more arcane stone blocks. Which is not too bad. So let's just get this all taken care of, and there is the furnaces. So 1, 2, 3. We're also going to need more alembics. And we're going to want arcane alembics. So how many of those can we make? Probably not many. So we can make one. We just need one more. So another V filter. It's gotta be silverwood. And that should be that. Alright. Now we're going to need some buses. We're going to need another Essentia import bus. We're going to need a third eventually. We're going to need ME export bus. We're actually going to need a few more of those. So let's just look up export bus. And we're going to want right, the arcane terminal. So do I have the buses on autocraft? I do. So we're going to want 6 in total. We have 1, so we're going to want 5 more. Because we're going to do this automatically. So that will craft. We're going to need plenty of ME cable. Let's get a little bit more dense cable than normal cable. And I'm just thinking we're going to want 1, 2, 3. Actually, we don't need 5. We can get away with 4. Or we don't need 6. We can get away with 4. So we're going to put this stuff right here. And just to make things a little bit easier, we're going to move that. And let's just go ahead. And I got to think about this one for a second. So let's get this set up. We're going to want 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's move these forward. 1, 2, 3. And what we're going to want is we're going to want to have something like this with export buses and the alembics on top. Let's actually make this look nice. And ooh, we're gonna need more stuff. Just trying to think. We might be able to do more. So the last thing we're gonna need is Essentia level emitters. So Essentia. Here we go. Essentia level emitters, which requires Salus Mundus and calculation processors. So let's get one of those, and Salus Mundus. Gonna need one of those. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have some filters. So we need a glass file. And just to kind of make this, actually let's go ahead and get all 3, even if we don't make them all yet. So what we want for the Alchemite, let's take a look at the Alchemite again. We need Permutatio, Potentia, and Vitreous. So Permutatio, Vitreous, and what was the last thing? Potentia. Perfect. So we need all 3 of those, and we have the calculation press. We should be able to get the Essentia level emitters. And what's the last thing? Oh, redstone torch. Go ahead and craft one of those. And there we go. So 4 is more than enough. We only need 3. We're going to need some redstone cards. So again, 3 torches. And I believe we just need another calculation processor rather, and that'll happen fairly quickly. Because we need 3 of those. Are we also going to need... Oh, I'm just trying to think of what all we're going to need. So let's just start setting one up. So we're going to need to have import bus. And this is where it gets tricky. So we need to break all this stuff, because we need to put the Essentia level emitters underneath pointing down, and then we can have these. They won't quite connect, which is fine. We can connect them up like so. I don't know a good way to do that once this is already in place, but we just kind of hook that up. We'll place the Arcane Alembic, again, the right direction, and then the Essentia import bus. So, what we need to do, we'll give this guy a redstone card, and he will be active with signal, because that's the easiest way to visually see that these are working. And this guy, we're going to say if there is 100, let's go with vitreous, 100 vitreous. He will, if there is less than 100 vitreous, he will emit a redstone signal. Now, why is that important? Well, that will activate the that will activate the export bus, and the export bus will find something for vitreous specifically. So yeah, we can do this all in a row. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. And before we do anything else, let's just go ahead and break those blocks. And we'll be putting a chest right here with the last import bus. So how many channels do we actually need? I don't believe the redstone emitters require a channel, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these guys need to be on their own, because the import buses don't really matter. That is gonna be whatever, but I can set up the rest of the stuff fairly easily. And is it covers that also work? We could put a cover there. I don't have any covers up here for that, but we have one over here. Or is it a cable facade? It is a cable. So we're gonna need another cable facade. I think it's like this with the stone bricks. If my memory serves me correctly, it is not. Oh no, it's like this. There we go. Just to make things look nice. And this way, what we can do, one of these lines is enough. What we can do is just bring it out like so. Drop it down. And go underneath. So where are we going to have it? I guess right here would be just fine. And take this over here. Perfect. So everything should be hooked up. We just need to break that, place that down, and then place it back. Easiest way, again, to do that. So these guys should all have, yes, they have everything they need. And as you can see, no redstone signal because we have more than 100 vitreous. Let's bump that up to like 400 and immediately turns on. I think 100 is going to be enough. So what I can do is set this up for all the other ones and then tell the system to make however many Alchemite we need, which I think is 999. So that is not too bad to do. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the redstone. And let's see. Export buses. We're going to need an Essentia export bus as well. Or import bus. Which is a little bit trickier. What are we missing? We're missing a warded jar. And we're missing a diffusion core. Which requires which core? I believe it's going to require annihilation. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So let's get one of those. That shouldn't take too long. We're also going to need a chest. And we're going to need to set up some things. So coal or charcoal? I guess for now, Does the system know how to make charcoal? It does. Okay, so charcoal is the answer. And the reason is we can get a crafting card, which I've taught the system how to make, and that'll make things a little bit easier. So, can we make this guy? Yeah, we can. There's the diffusion core. The last import bus. Perfect. Alright, so what we're going to do, we also need servo and item ducts. And we can get pretty much all of this set up. So servo, item ducts, doesn't have to be fast. And we just do one of these. Place our chest down. Servo the bottom. And then what we can do is we can export bus on these guys as well. These two will get a crafting card that says active with signal. Active with signal. And then this guy will get a filter with this. What we can do is something like that. Because cobblestone can't go in these guys. And that'll fill all these guys up with charcoal. And then if we make a crafting card, it'll craft as needed. So I think that is almost everything we need. So that's done. An Essentia import bus. And then we need to set the level emitters. So Potentia, I do believe, we're going to set all these to 100. I believe we have enough Potentia. Oh, we don't. And Permutatio. Oh, wait, no. Other way around. Emit when levels are below limit. Emit when levels are below limit. So we need Permutatio, and that is kind of verified by this. We have 42 Permutatio where we have more of the rest. So the last step in all of this is actually probably one of the hardest. Let's go ahead and start with Permutatio so you can see it's working. If we look at Permutatio, we need to figure out what to use. So copper is not bad, but Quicksilver, maybe. Semi-stable nuggets, that is a potential, but honestly it's gonna have to be copper. we have a good bit of copper, so that's what we're going to use. And all we have to do is put copper in here, and when it's less than, it will start filling up with copper. Now we can put acceleration cards in there to make it go faster, but that's something for later. So next is vitreous, aka glass. If we look at where we get glass from, we can get, well actually it's crystal, so we can get it from glass. Glass is pretty good, but so is diamonds are really good. But I believe, yes, Certus quartz. Now, don't we have a lot of Certus quartz? We do. How many diamonds do we have, though? We could use diamonds instead. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use diamonds for vitreous, which I believe is this one. No, that's Potentia. So we just put diamonds in there. And only when it needs it, it will start putting diamonds in there. And then the last one is Potentia, which I believe the best thing is redstone. And yeah, redstone is pretty good, and we have plenty of it. So really, if I can just get, is there an easy way to get copper? So there is a copperweed seed. I think I'm going to work on getting that probably between episodes. Make sure that the filters all match and everything. But if we can do that, then all of this should be fine. So the permutatio is going to go up until we hit 100 and kind of stop at that. So I think that's going to be it for today's episode. We got a good bit done. This is still working decently well. It will catch up eventually. How are we doing on power? Is it looking better? With the solar panel up there, it's going to be, yes, much better. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's episode. Next time, we will kind of continue doing whatever we're doing. I really don't know what we're going to end up doing, just because reasons, but we'll figure something out and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!